Today we're going to be talking about noise gates, specifically the Flamma FC10. Hey, welcome back guys. Today we're going to be talking about noise, specifically the type of noise that could stem from a couple of different things, including the long cable leads, bad quality pedals, definitely, power supplies, dirty power, a host of things can cause noise in your signal chain. And of course, you can take the time and effort and money to remedy all of those things until the sound is perfect and crystal clear, or you can take the easy way and get yourself an affordable pedal like this, which happens to be a noise gate. This is the Flamma FC10, which is a very small and affordable noise gate that can take care or remedy a lot of those noise issues very, very quickly. Now, a lot of you might have already looked into different noise gates out there. There's definitely a wide variety of prices, but do you really need an uber expensive version of one of these, or could a simple budget one do the trick? Now, a lot of these pedals are quite simple in design. They usually have one knob, which basically allows you to adjust the threshold, and some of them, including this one here, has a little switch on it so that you can have either a hard gate or a soft gate depending on your preferences. And a lot of the more expensive units will allow you other knobs to dial in the cutoff a little bit more, let's just say a little bit more subtly, but the Flamma does an excellent job of that as well. So you can save yourself quite a bit of money. Just grab one of these and be on your way, and then pocket the difference to maybe spend on some better quality leads or perhaps a better power supply, which will all be beneficial in terms of cleaning up your sound. So why not put this little guy through its paces? I'm going to be pumping some dirty signal through it with a Strat with single coils, and we're going to see how well this little guy performs. Alright, so what you're hearing right now is this nice Strat going through my Friedman Dirty Shirley. Now the Friedman is set to a relatively clean sound, but I will try to coax some dirty tones out of this amplifier in a minute. So I just want to show you what the clean sounds sound like before we dirty things up. And how we're going to do that is using a clon to boost the signal. So as you can see right now, the guitar is going through my pedal board, which is going through the Polytune, the clon, the Rook, the Joyo EQ, and then finally the Flamma noise gate. Now, none of the pedals are actually engaged at the moment. That's why the sound is relatively clean. I'll stay quiet for a minute so you can hear sort of the bass line noise of this guitar. And I'll take my fingers off the strings, which tends to give you a little bit more noise. So the noise floor with this amp is actually quite low, regardless of the fact that I'm using a quite a long lead. Now what I'll do to noisy things up a little bit, I'll just introduce the boost with the clon. So immediately you can hear how much more noise you're getting out of the single coil pickups, which tend to be noisy because of 60 cycle hum. So not a pleasant sound if you're doing any kind of recording. So immediately when I click on the Flamma noise gate, that goes away, which is great. So you can see that, you know, the sound is quite a bit cleaner. Now you can still play your sounds, and you can see how much of a clamp down the noise gate is giving us at the moment, because I do have it set to hard gate if I just click the little toggle to soft, it dies out just a little bit easier, a little bit nicer. So let me show you how I like to actually dial in the noise gate to start off with. So I usually like to turn up the guitar all the way and turn on the noise gate, bring back the dial till I start hearing some noise. So you can hear the noises coming through, and then just bring up the knob a little bit so that I'm basically introducing the minimum amount of noise gate required. Because you do want the sounds to die out naturally as much as you can. So if I leave it on the hard gate, as you can see, it does take quite a while to die out, even though I have it boosted and it's quite loud, and I'm actually very close to the amplifier, which tends to give it a little bit of feedback, which kind of tricks the noise gate into thinking the sound is not finished yet. If you dial up the noise gate more, you'll see that it really kills the sound. Nothing comes through. So if I put it on soft, not a big difference. So you really have to find the right balance. The right balance between noise and hum and natural sounding decay. Now if you jiggle the strings, obviously the noise gate won't kick in right away. So it's a really effective way of killing the sound. Obviously, if you have the ability to actually fix all of the issues that are causing the noise in the first place, so, you know, noisy pickups, long leads, maybe studio lights, poor quality wiring in your home. Those are all things that can definitely give you some noise that you don't necessarily want to hear on a recording. It's not always simple to get rid of all those, pesky little nuances that cause that noise. And sometimes the most cost-effective solution is a noise gate. But definitely try and eliminate anything that's causing the bad noise to begin with. That would be my initial suggestion. But needless to say, a noise gate will always do the trick. So I feel that the Flamma FC10 performs pretty admirably considering its price, very affordable and simple to use. Not everybody needs something complicated. So if you're looking at cleaning up your sound, check out the Flamma FC10. Hey guys, if you like what we're doing here on Addicted to Gear, please consider subscribing and support the channel. See you soon.